On this episode of the Massive Agent Podcast, we're talking all about Facebook business pages. Specifically, how can you get more organic reach for your posts? And I will answer the single most asked question ever in the history of our planet, or at least that get asked to me. Should you post on your personal profile or your business page?
The Massive Agent Podcast, with lead generation tips and strategies to get you more leads and sell more homes.
I love to buy houses. I like to sell houses.
It takes brass balls to sell real estate.
Wait a minute.
The leads are weak. You're weak.
I've had better.
Oh, have I got your attention now?
Here's your host, Dustin Brohm.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Thanks for listening to the Massive Agent Podcast. This is episode number 21, talking all about Facebook business pages. My name is Dustin Brohm. I am your host. I am a realtor. Believe it or not, I do sell homes. I am a realtor with eXp Realty in Salt Lake City, Utah. I switched over to eXp a few weeks ago. Amazing. But I am the founder of Search Salt Lake and the new Massive Agent Society. If you're new to this show and have not heard of the society, it's our complete step-by-step copy and paste Facebook ad lead gen system, training, support system, all of that. You can find out more about that over at massiveagentsociety.com. So I've had a few people ask recently, they're like, hey, how can I run some Facebook ads to get more likes on my business page? And I always throw them off because my first question back to them is, why? Why do you need more likes to your business page? And, you know, I get it. Like, it's a vanity thing. And obviously, if you have 300,000 page likes, it's better than having 132 page likes, of course. But guys, Facebook has changed so dramatically over the last few years, the last 5 years, even the last 5 months with algorithm changes. And so even if you have 300,000, or let's go with 3,000, let's go with 3,000 page likes, Facebook's only showing your posts organically to about 1% of your followers. So that's like 30 people. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean you can't get organic reach, and we'll talk about ways you can increase that. But just because you have a high number of followers does not mean that all those people are going to see it. Okay. That's how it used to work many years ago, but it's changed dramatically. Now, there's really only one reason why you do want a high number of likes. There's only one. Okay. And it's not so that those people can see your posts. Okay, I mean, sure. If you have 300,000 people and 1% see it, that's still a lot of people. But let's be honest, we're real estate agents. We're not going to have 300,000 followers. That one reason is by seeing a high number there, it shows credibility. Okay, if you have 132 page likes and your competition has 3,000, if the random consumer is looking at both of your pages and they see, hey, this person has 3,000, in their eyes, are they going to be more credible or less credible than you who has 132? Obviously, it's more credibility, more legitimacy, if you will. That's it. That's the only reason you want a high number of page likes. With that in mind, here's what you can do. Okay, now I want you to hear me. By doing this strategy that I'm about to tell you to get more page likes, it's a Facebook ads strategy. It's not going to get you any quality followers at all. Not one single quality follower. The only purpose of this is to cheaply get the number of followers up. That's it. And don't go overboard with it, because if you have 300,000 likes, that might seem like, okay, that's weird. They probably bought some followers, right? This is not buying followers. This is using Facebook ads platform to get page likes in a very specific way, but they are absolutely the lowest quality followers that will do nothing for you whatsoever except for increase the number. Okay, so what you do is you're going to run a Facebook ad with some weird quote. Well, not a weird quote, but just like some silly quote that says like, success is a mindset, or, like some inspirational whatever. And so just go to Canva, do like a yellow background or red background, whatever, throw some text on it, but not huge. It can't be more than 20% text on the image. Keep that in mind. The Facebook ads 20% rule, 20% text rule, I should say. But you're going to do that. You're going to go into Facebook Ads Manager, and if it defaults to guided ad creation, you need to switch to quick creation. You need to be using the quick creation so that it reveals page likes as an objective. Okay, in the guided creation layout of your ads manager, Facebook page likes is not, it doesn't show up, okay, because it's normally trash and totally worthless. But go to the quick creation, select page likes as your objective, and then in your ad set, where you pick your audience and everything, you need to make sure you exclude these following countries. Exclude the United States, Canada, the UK, Australia, okay? Exclude them because they're going to be very expensive. That's why nobody runs page likes campaigns anymore trying to get quality followers, because it could be $100 to get one like. Not worth it. That's stupid. Now, I'll tell you some organic ways you can build your following, like I've done. So what you do with this one is you exclude those countries, and then still in the ad set where you choose your placements, which is where the ad is seen, you want to make sure it's only seen in the right column or the news feed. Okay, so Facebook feeds and right column. Right now, I've seen a few people do this, that they just needed a higher number of followers, and they know that buying followers is a very bad idea, like through Fiverr or whatever. Don't go buy followers. But this is legit. This is using Facebook's platform to do it. They're just the lowest quality followers, right? I've seen it happen where they're 1 cent per page like, where you can get 1,000 for cheap. I would try to keep an eye on it to make sure that it doesn't go much higher than 5 or 6 cents per like. I mean, whatever. If you're willing to pay a little bit more to get your followers up, cool. But that's a trick. And then at the ad level where you choose the creative, just do, put that image that you just created with the quote on it and attention getting coloring so that it sticks out. And you're going to all of a sudden start getting a ton of followers from African countries. They're pretty much all African countries, and India. You're going to get a ton of followers from India. So those are going to come in fast and furious. This is my final disclaimer. I'll say it again. This strategy is the only purpose is to increase the number of followers you have to give you credibility. That's it. It's not going to help your posts perform better. It's not going to do anything for you other than give you more credibility if somebody looks at the number of followers you have. Okay, so the reason why everybody thinks they need followers is to get reach, right? So that when you post something, people see it. That's how Facebook worked many years ago, but it's different. In 2014, organic reach on average was down to only 6.5%. That was 4 freaking years ago. And all these algorithm changes that have happened since, 4 years ago, only 6.5% on average of your page followers were ever seeing your content to begin with. So now I'm told it's between 1 and 3%. So if you have 1,000 followers, if you have 100 followers, that's between 1 and 3 people will see your post. Okay, so you need to make sure that you're figuring out ways to increase that. And here's some ideas. The first one is the big one, and it's free. Use Facebook Live. Facebook is giving you so many incentives to use Facebook Live. It's giving you a ton more organic reach. And here's the thing. If you do Facebook Live on your personal profile as opposed to your business page, and we'll get into the differences later, but the biggest difference, if you do it from your personal, it notifies your friends that you're live. That notification is gold. You cannot, I don't know if you guys have thought about this, but you can't buy a notification. There's no way that you could say, hey, I'll give you $100 million. Well, maybe if you talk to the right person, they'd make an exception for you because that's a lot of money. But you know what I'm saying. You cannot go anywhere in Facebook and say, hey, I want a notification to go out when I post. Can't do it. But for free, Facebook will notify your friends that you are live if you're using Facebook Live. Now, try to do content that's over 10 minutes long because Facebook's algorithm needs time to get people to watch, right? If you're just doing a minute and a half here or there, it's not going to do anything for you. But try to do something for 10 minutes or more. Once more and more people chime in, ask them to comment, like say, hey, what are you doing? Or what's your favorite movie? Stuff like that. And the goal there is to create a conversation. When people start commenting and liking and sharing and watching, you're telling Facebook's algorithm, hey, this person, people want to see their stuff. So then that helps you down the road when You go to post something else, Facebook's going to say, hey, people like their stuff, so they're going to organically show it to a few more people than they would have otherwise. Facebook Live will really help you get more views and more organic reach overall, not just in your personal, but on your business page as well, for sure. Another thing you can do for organic reach is do contests, because contests are engaging. People like them, they engage with them, they share them, they comment on them. Run contests, okay? And you don't have to give away thousands and thousands of dollars or even hundreds of dollars, but just think creatively of what's something new in your area that you can give a $30 gift card to, or $50 or whatever. What is some fun thing that people want? Maybe it's just like free cupcakes from this new hip cupcake store down the street, or whatever it is. Think creatively and run a contest on that. That'll help increase your organic reach as well. And I know there's a lot of misinformation and confusion out there about asking people to comment. There is nothing wrong with asking people to comment. Now, there's a difference. Asking people to comment when the goal is to create a conversation, okay, that is fine. Facebook wants conversations. But asking people to comment in where it's like a comment baiting, for example, the last person to comment gets $50, and it goes on for 4,000 comments, right? That never ever ends. That Facebook will shut that shit down so fast and penalize you, so your posts in the future get less reach than they would otherwise. So you just have to know, asking people to comment is totally fine if the goal is to create conversation. But if it's just if you're like, hey, if I can get a ton of comments and I don't care what the comments are and they're totally irrelevant, I'm going to do that. That's what's going to hurt you. Okay. It has to be, you can't do comment baiting, and you have to do it to get conversations going. All right. Let's talk about using your personal profile versus your business page. And first off, let me clear this up. It's not a personal page. So many people say, my personal page. It's your personal profile and your business page. Two very, very different things. They have very, very different functionality and different purposes. So let's talk about what those purposes are. Now, I do get a lot of people asking, hey, should I only do business on my page and only do personal on my personal? That's totally fine. If that makes you comfortable, if you don't like mixing business and personal, that's fine. Here's my personal opinion, and this is nothing more than my personal opinion. You are your business, and your business is you. So if your business page is nothing but, and guys, we talked about this on episode 15, where I said, stop posting about real estate. If you haven't heard that, episode 15, go listen to that. But if your business page is all business stuff, boring. People are going to tune out, and it's going to hurt you, because the way Facebook's algorithm works is you're training it. If you put out content that people are liking, they're commenting on, they're sharing, you're teaching Facebook, hey, this is quality stuff. And then they're going to show your next post to even a few more people, and then a few more people. But it works opposite as well. If you put out stuff like, look at my open house, look at my listing, or even worse, you have Tour Factory or City Blast or some of these other third parties posting to your page for you, and you never get any likes or comments at all, you're teaching the algorithm that no one gives a shit. And so Facebook's algorithm will not give you any reach at all, ever, because they don't want people to see crappy stuff. I wouldn't either if I was them. Well, I kind of got off on a little squirrel tangent there. Let me see if I can work my way back. Yes. So mixing the two. I like to mix the two. I mean, obviously I don't do nearly as much personal or family stuff on my business page as I do on my personal, but I throw personality in there. Like, it doesn't have to be on your business page. It doesn't have to be all real estate. You could do, and here's what I suggest. Again, episode 15, go back and listen. It's all about being the local expert, putting out local content, interesting, engaging local content that is not real estate related. Do more of that on your business page for sure. And you can do Facebook Lives over there, and you should. Here's the difference. That Facebook Live, you need to share it onto your personal profile once you're live, share it into some groups, and then you can get other people to see it, because going live on your page does not notify people. It only notifies those who have actually clicked on and turned on Facebook Live notifications for your page. Very few people have done that, if any. So keep that in mind. If you're trying to decide, should I do this Facebook Live on business or personal? I like the personal. I do. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, here's my little CYA. Facebook's terms of service say that you're not supposed to do business on your personal profile. Okay. But what the hell does that even mean? I mean, define that. Everyone does it, as long as you're not going overboard, you're fine. So you can talk about, hey, look at this house I just went and saw, and look at this amazing view, and it's right on the river, and oh my gosh, there's a bear running through the backyard or a moose. That's totally fine. You should do that on your personal. Okay, so do a mix. There's really no right or wrong answer, in my opinion, on whether you should be doing it in personal or business. Okay, just do it. Now, here's what you must use business for, and why you must have a page is if you ever want to run Facebook ads, you can't do that on your personal profile. You have to have a page for that. If you want to have a chat bot, you need a page for that. So get the page. And if you already have them, or one, and I have like 10 for different things, which is stupid. It really is. I don't recommend it. You only need 1, maybe 2 or 3 pages. It just depends on what you're trying to do, right? I do suggest, though, here's an idea for you. Create a business page called, like for me, I did Salt Lake City Home Values, or Home Values in fill in the blank. The reason being, if you're running home value related Facebook ads, it's better if the page is called Salt Lake City Home Values or something. It seems to perform better than if it's Dustin the Realtor. So, and you don't need to go build that out and have hundreds of followers or thousands of followers on that, but just create that page, your city home values, or home values in your city. Create the page, and then you can run those specific home value Facebook ads from that page. Now, ultimately, on whether you're using your personal profile, not page, your personal profile or your page, here's what matters the most. Is whatever you're putting out interesting? Is it actually interesting? Do people actually give a crap? And I was speaking on a panel for YPN the other day here in Salt Lake for the Young Professionals Network, and somebody asked me that, and I said, look, or they were saying, hey, how do you know if it's good stuff? My answer is, okay, when you put out a piece of content, whether it's a video, a photo, a Facebook Live, an article that you share, whatever, when it's good because of the feedback you're getting. And here's the thing, if you're getting no feedback, you're getting feedback. If no one's responding to it, no one has liked it, shared, commented, that's feedback. Okay, people are like, well, I don't know if it's good because no one's commented. It's like, that's the feedback. Nobody gives a shit. It doesn't mean that you should never post unless you think you have a grand slam, but I'm just saying, if when you put something out and all of a sudden you start getting comments and likes pretty quickly, that's good stuff. Okay, that's good stuff. You just have to be in tune with it and not overthink it. And so many people want to know the exact metrics, the exact analytics of, hey, is this good or bad? If it's good or bad. And by good or bad, I mean, is it performing well or not? And if it's good, that's when I suggest you run a Facebook ad and put some ad money behind it to show it to more relevant people. Okay, don't just boost. And I say boost loosely, I mean like actually go into Ads Manager and do post engagement or video views, whatever the post is, and pick the audience that you want to see it. That's what I mean by boost. I just mean sponsor it. But don't do that for every post. Wait until you get some sort of feedback. Facebook wants you to wait like 24 hours after the post is posted to get some organic reach, and then it performs better once you do sponsor it to show it to more people. So if you guys create videos, if you write articles and all that, don't sponsor every single one. Put it out there. Now, if it's like a weekly show, sure, sponsor it. That's what I used to do. But you'll notice some perform better than others, and that's okay. But like with articles, if you put it out there and nobody responds, and you do have a good audience, like, if you have 3,000 followers and still nobody's responding and people are seeing it, that tells you probably shouldn't waste your money boosting it. So just move on to the next one. That's it. The only way to know is to put out content. Ultimately, to sum all this up, good, engaging, interesting content will help your page and your personal profile perform better than others. That's the only thing that matters, and I'm refraining from saying that stupid phrase, content is king. But it's so true. Content is all that matters, and is it good? Is it interesting? Does it get somebody's attention? That's what matters. And if you can do that, if you can figure out how to get somebody's attention and how to entertain them or teach them something or get them to share it with somebody else, your stuff is going to perform very well, way above average, because let's be honest, most realtors and LOs are just putting out crap like, oh, here's what rates did today, or check out my new open house, come visit me. You know, I have these awesome bottles of water over here, woo, and these mints. It's fantastic. It's a party. You know, if it's all the same real estate nonsense, your performance is going to suck bad. And Facebook will penalize you moving forward because you taught the algorithm that nobody wants to see your stuff. And so Facebook says, okay, if you don't want anyone to see your stuff, we're not going to show it to anybody because we're in the business of keeping people engaged, not making them tune out. So you should also be in that business, in my opinion. Again, if you want to learn a little bit more about the types of content you can put out that are not real estate related, go listen to episode number 15. If you've already heard it, go do it again. Won't hurt. Sure as hell won't hurt. Okay, so on our Massive Agent Podcast website, massiveagentpodcast.com, go to the resources page. massiveagentpodcast.com/resources. We have some discounts on there for Easy Agent Pro websites, which is what I use and have used for a few years now for my Search Salt Lake website. Agentology, which is the inside sales agent service that I use to respond to all my leads. Discounts to LionDesk, the CRM I use, and products that I love, like podcasting equipment and books I read, and just, stuff I love on Amazon. I have a link to my Amazon store over there, so go check that out. That's on our massiveagentpodcast.com resource page, and then massiveagentsociety.com is where you can go to find out more about our complete end-to-end, step-by-step, copy and paste Facebook ad system. Okay, it's a lead generation system. There's support. There's training. You can copy and paste. Hey, I'm going to run this Facebook ad for buyers, use this audience, use this image, do this, copy, paste, set it up. Okay, it works. You can get more info on that at massiveagentsociety.com, and we do only allow one agent per market to join that, so there's a link to the sold out markets on the website. So if you're curious, if you're interested, hop over there and make sure your market is available first. Now, if you have a question, go submit it through our chatbot on our Massive Agent Podcast Facebook page. And for the Massive Q&A, if you have a question you want me to answer on the air, go submit it over there and I will pick one and answer it on the show. So I heard from a few of you guys this week who reached out, and you've decided to switch over to my new brokerage, to eXp Realty. You decided to come join my team. I'm super excited about that. This is just getting started. If you can't tell, I'm so excited about the possibilities of building a nationwide and soon-to-be international team of realtors who are like-minded, all moving in one direction, supporting each other, bouncing ideas off each other. They get access to my coaching and my training and all that. If you're one of those people who's heard about eXp and you're like, ooh, what's it all about? I'm available. I'm here to help, here to answer questions one way or another. I'd love to have you as part of our nationwide team that I'm putting together. And for those of you guys that have already made the switch and come over, awesome. Super excited for you. Super excited to work with you together. And lastly, guys, this is a free show. I do this for free for you, but I only ask one thing. Help me spread the word. Help me to spread the word of this podcast. Share it with a colleague. Share it with a friend. And, and then if you really want to be awesome, if you really want to earn some extra credit points this week, and you haven't done so yet, on your podcast app on your iPhone, just go down, scroll, leave us a rating or a review on iTunes. When I say iTunes, I mean the Apple Podcast app, the little purple icon deal where you listen to all your podcasts. Leave us a rating. Okay, you pick the number of stars, boom, leave us a rating. It takes a few seconds. And if you want to leave us a review, maybe I'll start reading some of those on the air. I'll give you a little shout out for doing that because we appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for listening to the Massive Agent Podcast, episode number 21, all about Facebook business pages, not personal pages. And I will be back next week with more real estate awesomeness. Have a great one. Go sell some houses.